Hello, everyone. My name is Janet, and today we're going to discuss social media. Social media has become an important social network. What started as a trend is now a necessity within any American household. It allows us to connect with friends and family from all over. It has also made a huge impact within our young generation. Recently, my 10-year-old son asked for a phone. I was not on board with it. So I decided to let him use my phone just to test out the waters and just to really understand his point of view. The first thing he says when using my phone, he said, "Hey mom, let's make a TikTok video." So we did. Second, he goes, "Hey mom, I want to upload some pictures on YouTube." As I'm watching him on my phone, just clicking, uploading, he knew what he was doing. I asked him, "How do you know how to do all this?" He said, "Oh, mom, I do this with my friends at school." I looked at him with a surprised look and I said, "What do you do on the TikTok and Facebook? What do you see?" He goes, "Oh, don't worry, mom. When inappropriate things pop up, I just close my eyes." I was surprised and was lost for words. According to Kayla Stefanidis, who published an article on does exposure to social media content influence attitudes, on September 28, 2022, she stated that the number of social media users have surpassed 400 million and is expected to increase within the upcoming years. So today, we will be discussing social media, what it is, its exposure, and its effects. So what is social media? Investopedia website stated on August 31, 2021, social media refers to a computer-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, information through virtual networks and communities. These networks have helped create new ways to interact and connect within a large number of people. There are many types of networks, such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Snapchat, just to name a few. So now that we've explored what is social media, let's discuss its exposure. According to Jody Darkwin, an extension specialist and professor in family social science, states that social media has made a huge impact within our youth. Many teenagers become influencers just by making vlogs on their daily lives, and if not that, pranks, funny videos, or just hidden talents that they might have. She states that within the United States, YouTube has become the most popular social media platform with 85% of users ranging from the ages of 13 to 17 years old. However, the majority just really lie about what they're doing. They really more follow what's on trend. This creates an unrealistic realities for our teenagers and really engage our teenagers to fall into a dark side of the web. Ella El-Said, I know I'm butchering her name, published an article on the negative effects of social media. On February 21, 2023, she stated that social media provides many different types of features, such as instant messaging, multimedia sharing, videos, pictures, files, etc., which attracts millions of users all over the world, which also creates an area that is easily targeted to deal with threats and harassments, which risk adolescents to fall into depression, isolation, anxiety, and at times, suicide. So now that we discussed its exposure, let's talk about its effects. Gina Hilbert published on the Addiction Center on July 15, 2029 stated stated that when addiction comes into play, many teenagers might say social media is non-problematic. However, research have found that social media network sites have an extensive or compulsive use of social media is a behavioral addiction. It's just being overly concerned about what's going on in the real world. Believe it or not, being addicted to social media is like any other substance use disorder that includes mood modifications. You start to develop a salience, which means behavioral, cognitive, and emotional preoccupation with social media. Believe it or not, you also get withdrawal symptoms. With social media that is unpleasant and physical and an emotional event, when it is restricted or stopped from using the social media application, teenagers might end up in conflict. They have interpersonal problems because they want to check their Instagram, their Facebook, etc. They want to know what's going on. When they aren't able to access it, they become frantic. Harvard University and the University of Manchester found that being on social media can produce both acute and sustained alteration in specific areas of cognition, memory process, and social interactions of the brain or in the brain. Researchers wanted to investigate a hypothesis about social media that may alter the cognitive process. The high key findings that were found was spending a huge amount of time on social media does impact the brain and the functions of it as well. Because there is no limit when it comes to scrolling through social media, teenagers are constantly holding a device and they focus on that device for a big amount of time. However, it does decrease the capacity to maintain concentration when it comes to doing one task. So today we learned about social media. What we talked about social media is its exposure and its effects. The number of social media has surpassed 400 million. We as adults must be vigilant when deciding if it is a good idea for our children to have access to social media, as we do not know who is on the other end. So I want to thank everybody. Have a good day.